Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Saturday, August 17th, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with WWE Smackdown, broadcast live last night on Fox from the Kia Center in Orlando, Florida. In the closing segment, Solo Sikoa once again called out Roman Reigns, leading to a brawl. Reigns tried to reclaim the Ula Fala of the tribal chief, but was blindsided by a returning Jacob Fatu, with the Bloodline laying out Reigns to end the show.
Wait a second! Jacob Fatu! Jacob Fatu is here and just took down Roman Reigns!
It might be a short return to the head of the table for Roman Reigns.
Roman able to reclaim the Ula Fala, if only momentarily.
Already off the neck, thanks to Jacob Fatu.
Oh! The Samoan werewolf victimizing Roman Reigns.
In the main event, the Street Profits defeated DIY to become the new #1 contenders to the WWE Tag Team Championship.
Johnny with a spear! Caught by Dawkins! The Profits closing in on the #1 contendership!
What the hell has got into Angelo Dawkins?
Montez Ford from the top! Super blockbuster! We want the smoke!
During another promo segment, WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Pretty Deadly were attacked by Mia Yim. In other results, Carmelo Hayes beat Andrade, Blair Davenport pinned Naomi, and Kevin Owens defeated Grayson Waller. Waller and Austin Theory went after Owens following the match, but WWE Champion Cody Rhodes made the save. AEW presented Rampage last night on TNT, featuring matches taped on Wednesday at the Chartway Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. Top Flight defeated the M&M Collection in the main event. In a 6-man tag team match to open the show, the team of ROH World Champion Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Tomohiro Ishii defeated the team of the Outrunners and the Butcher. In other results, Kyle Fletcher and Roosh beat KM and Rhett Titus, Nick Wayne went over Kip Sabian, and Nyla Rose beat Erica Lee. In WWE news, both Bobby Lashley and his former manager MVP appear to be officially gone from WWE. Lashley and MVP's pages were moved to the alumni section of the WWE website yesterday. Neither man had been seen on WWE television since last April. And in some unfortunate news, Afa Anoa'i, member of the Wild Samoans tag team, renowned trainer and the uncle of Roman Reigns, passed away yesterday at the age of 81, as was first announced on social media by his son Samu. He was a 2007 inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame along with his younger brother Sika, who passed away just 7 weeks ago. Along with Sika, Afa was one half of one of the most decorated tag teams of all time. Through the 1970s and 80s, they wrestled throughout Canada, the Gulf Coast territory, for Big Time Wrestling in Detroit, in Mid-South Wrestling, and Georgia Championship Wrestling. Afa is best remembered for the 2 runs the Wild Samoans had in the World Wrestling Federation, spanning the late 70s through the mid-80s, during which they captured 3 WWF World Tag Team titles. Additionally, Afa and his brother accumulated approximately 15 other major tag team championships together throughout North America as well as Japan. Afa was the proprietor of the Wild Samoan Training Center, which he first opened in Pensacola, Florida in the late 1970s. It was relocated to Hamden, Connecticut in the early 80s, then Allentown, Pennsylvania in the late 80s. In 2008, the training center made its final move back to Florida in the town of Mineola. Generations of future pro wrestling stars came through the training center's doors over the decades, including the likes of Hulk Hogan, Paul Orndorff, Junkyard Dog, Sherry Martel, Billy Kidman, Batista, Chris Kanyon, and Bam Bam Bigelow, in addition to many of the other members of the NOI family, including Rikishi and Yokozuna. The center ceased operations on July 1st due to Afa's swiftly declining health. Afa's last WWE appearance alongside his brother Sika took place at Hell in the Cell in 2020, where he bestowed the ceremonial Samoan Ula Fala on his nephew, then Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Wrote Reigns on his Twitter account yesterday, quote, "We thank everyone for their support and are comforted by the fact that he now rests in peace." Alpha and my father, Pola Ival, Liiti, Sika, and Hawaii, were loving brothers, the greatest tag team of their generation, and now they're reunited together in heaven." End quote. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.